You are absolutely addicted to porn because your dopamine receptors are completely and utterly destroyed. You can't even hold a conversation with a girl because all you can think about is just having sex with her. That is how absolutely destroyed your brain is right now. You shouldn't be getting fake sexual stimulation from these fake websites, this fake pornography. You should be using it and then transferring it into your projects, your work, or maybe using the sexual energy to actually get a girlfriend, but you can also use it to, your deep work, your actual passion work. That is very effective, but right now you're just using it on fake ass websites with fake ass women doing fake ass pornography. That needs to change. So in today's video, I'm going to be speaking about how to actually quit this pornography addiction. The 3 tactics that you can use to quit this addiction. Now, the first one is progressive deload. Now, you've heard of progressive overload in fitness terminology, where you continuously add more weight or more reps every time you work out. That's progressive overload. What we want to do is progressive deload, which is basically the opposite, where you start doing less and less of the thing that you're doing. So in this case, we want to cut down on the amount of porn that we're watching. So if you're watching porn twice a day, then first reduce it to once a day. Do that for maybe a week or two, and then reduce it to maybe once every 2 days, and then do that for a week or two. Then you say, all right, I'll only do it after 3 days. Then you continuously do that. You continuously rack up the amount of days that you're waiting in between watching porn. And through that, you've progressively deloaded. This tactic is very effective because you hit a certain point where you don't even count the number of days that you haven't fapped or the amount of days that you haven't watched porn, because you no longer think about it. You've literally never done it for an amount of time that you've forgotten that it even exists. And that's amazing. That's the point that we want to get to with this addiction. Because if you're no longer thinking about it, then it's no longer an addiction. This tactic is very effective and easy to implement because you basically just apply your fitness terminology to pornography, but the opposite of that. And then you can just reduce the amount of porn that you're watching. It's very easy, it's very effective, and I highly suggest you use this because it really helped me cut down on porn. Not completely eliminating the addiction because I was a hardcore addict, but it really helped mitigate it to a manageable level. Now, the second tactic that you can use is eliminating the cues to the habit. Basically, all habits are built on this feedback loop of first you get a cue, then you get a craving, then you get a response to that craving, and then through that response you gain an award, basically a reward for what you did. This is what every single habit follows, this principle, this feedback loop. So in theory, if we eliminate the cue, then the habit should fall apart. So basically what you do is you identify the cues that happen right before you start watching porn. If you can do that, then you can eliminate those cues, and then theoretically you should cold turkey completely stop watching porn because you no longer get the cues to actually go and watch porn. Now, the hard part with this tactic is identifying the cues, because sometimes the cue is just you're bored, or you have nothing better to do, or maybe that you're just on the computer. That's your cue to start watching porn. These cues are very hard to actually identify, and well, they're easy to identify, but they're rather hard to actually eliminate. If your cues are something that's easy to actually eliminate, then you should have very effective and very good results with this tactic. So identify your cues, figure out every single cue that you get right before you start watching porn, and then eliminate it, because then that in theory should help with the addiction, be it turning off incognito mode, spending less time on technology, or maybe unfollowing some pages that you're viewing on social media that are giving you cues to start being horny, or start watching porn. Figure these cues out and then eliminate them from your life, and it should manage your porn addiction. Now, like I said, this tactic can be very, very effective. But if the cues are something that is completely impossible to actually eliminate, then that's when this tactic falls apart. Because then you can't eliminate the cues, and then the habit just keeps on going. So if your cues are something that's actually impossible to eliminate, then you unfortunately can't use this tactic. But again, if your cues are something that's actually able to be eliminated, then absolutely use this tactic. Now, if you want to learn more about habits and how they actually work, I have a full book review, a full book guide on Atomic Habits that go over every single part of habits and everything there is to know about them. You can find it in my full book reviews playlist on my channel, or just go on my channel, search for it, and I'll also have a link to it in the description. You can click it and then you can watch it. It's very, very informative, and it's a pretty good book. So go watch that if you want to. Now, the third and final tactic to trying to eliminate porn is getting a girlfriend. Now, I understand this might seem like a hard tactic. It might seem like a very difficult thing to actually do, and but the whole reason that you're watching porn is because you want to get a girlfriend. But that's the thing. If you didn't get a girlfriend, you have no incentive to actually watch porn. So, in theory, this should actually be the most effective tactic. Because if you get a girlfriend, then the sexual urges that you get from porn should disappear. Because now you have the real thing. You have the real thing in your life that is actually tangible. You're actually able to use it. Well, don't use women, but you get what I mean. So this, in theory, should completely eliminate the urge to actually watch porn. The cues should all disappear, because now you're just having sex with your girlfriend, and that's all there is to it. You no longer need to actually watch porn because you get the sexual stimulation from your girlfriend. Now, I can vouch for this tactic because as soon as I got a girlfriend, my porn addiction completely faded. It completely disappeared after I got a girlfriend. So this tactic is something to actually look into, because it's rather effective. If it completely removed my porn addiction after I got a girlfriend, then this tactic should absolutely be explored as an opportunity to completely eliminate porn from your life. Now, again, this tactic might seem very hard to actually implement, but if you watch my videos on various topics on how to get attractive and implement self-improvement into your life, then you should be getting attractive enough to actually get a girlfriend. So keep watching my videos and you should be able to get a girlfriend. Now, remember, not everyone is the same. A tactic that works for you might not work for someone else. So you should implement these tactics into your life, try and test them out, see if they work, and then if they work, then great, you've eliminated porn from your life. But some of these might not work for you. And unfortunately, this is the case for everyone. Everyone is different. Everyone responds differently to different things. So some things might work, some things might not. Some things that work for me might not work for you, but explore the possibilities, see what works, see what doesn't, and then go about from then. Because some people can just cold turkey it, completely stop watching porn, day one say, I no longer watch porn, and then they won't. But you and me, we're probably not like that. We aren't able to do that. But some people are, and that's great for them. That's an incredible superpower, but we might not have that. So we need to use these various tactics to actually eliminate the porn addiction. So try to implement these 3 tactics that we talked about, and then your porn addiction should stand no chance against you at all. These 3 tactics are very effective, especially when they're implemented right, and all of the signs of these tactics actually working, when they line up, when everything is working perfectly, then your porn addiction should completely fade, and you will actually be happy. You'll have a girlfriend that is providing you with sexual stimulation. You no longer have the cues to go and watch porn. you've progressively deloaded right before getting a girlfriend, so it was at a manageable level. You weren't a hardcore addict, so this might actually work for you. These 3 tactics, if you implement them all, then you should be doing it. Now actually follow them in chronological order of how I set them. So first, try and progressively deload. And then second, try and eliminate the cues. And then third, get a girlfriend. Because if you follow that roadmap, then you should actually be eliminating the porn addiction through that. Try it, see if it works. If it doesn't, that's not good. But if it works, then great. I hope this helped. Good luck, and see you soon.